morning. Good morning to everybody. Let's wait till I get a little bit of people on the feed. A lot of people get upset when they say go, go, I try to be courteous to the audience so everybody can get, and the information. And they say, well, they can watch the video later. I believe that is not fair. A lot of people like to watch the video while it's live, so that's why I wait. So God bless everybody. My name is Oscar Blue, and I'm for Border Network News and America's Voice News. How's everybody doing? God bless this day, this Thursday of August. I think it's August 6th or 5th. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless ultimately the United States of America. Let's thank God for another day. Give us 2 arms, 2 legs, a heart that we can feel, a mind that we can think, and eyes that we can see. How is everybody doing? Good morning to everybody. Share so we can start. Let's fight shadow banning, as I am getting shadow banned every morning with you guys. Every morning. It's unbelievable what Facebook is doing to me. It's okay. I will continue to expose and to say what I feel about the communists, the socialists, the globalists, and the liberal agenda in the United States and in the world and in my country of Mexico. God bless every single one of you. Welcome to my page, and let's share it so we can get the information out there. Let's start. As I'm driving to work, everybody's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm driving to work, and then I go do some things, and sometimes I do videos when I'm doing a few deliver things that I gotta do. And then, I go and do Spanish videos. But I want to tell you what is going on, man. I will leave the topic of Mike Pompeo to the last, because it's a really spicy topic that I want to talk to you guys about. Mike Pompeo, I will leave it to last. There's 3 topics that we're going to talk about this morning. Really important. One of them is why now all of a sudden Democrats are pushing the immigration issue again. Second is talk about the interview that it was done to Donald Trump and how he refers to the problems that they're occurring at the border. That is a reality. And Hispanics, that they are for Democrats, they get offended immediately when they talk about stats and statistics. It's all full of hate. But they don't remember what happened in the Obama years, what happened in the Clinton years. They don't remember that. They forgot about that. They extremely forgot about that. And now it's full of hate. And now it's everything is full of hate. Everything is full of narcissism. And we're going to talk about also Mike Pompeo and my God, man. If it wasn't for Mike Pompeo and William Barr, the world will be lost right now in knowledge of what what is Russia doing. And politicians from the right over here in Mexico, they're saying that, and journalists from the right, they're saying, we have never seen a president in history rely so much on his administration. That is the teamwork that absolutely and ultimately Donald Trump has created. And he has relied so much on William, and he has relied so much on Mike Pompeo that he says, I trust you. I trust you with defending the world. I trust you on fighting communism and globalism. I trust you. And that is what Mike Pompeo has done around the world. And my God, that's my guy, man. Don't mess with my guy. That's my guy, Mike Pompeo and William Barr. Ultimately, the president who doesn't love the president. But that's my guy, man. Don't mess with Mike Pompeo. That's my guy. Let's start. Why Democrats now, they're advertising immigration? Why? Why all of a sudden, on the 4 months, ending 4 months of the year, we are in the 8th month of the year in this pandemic that it has changed our lives completely. But why all of a sudden now Democrats want to push the immigration factor. Why? Why Democrats are so obsessive with making the agenda of a racial situation? Why? Why they try to change the mind of Hispanics and say this last 4 months of election, make sure to remember what happened to the immigrants, that they were migrating from Central America and all the world, and they were suffering. Why? And it is amazing that they're criticizing Donald Trump talking to Hispanics because he wants to get the Hispanic vote. But what the Democrats are doing on pushing Joe Biden talking to the Islamic community and reading the Quran the other day on a video, ridiculous, that is not pushing for the Islamic vote. And now this promotion, there was a commercial that it was done by the right wing in Republican Party, but it's mostly right wing. And it's a black woman, holding signs in silence and saying, immigration and all of this stuff. And lastly, she says, I'm right wing or bold red or something like that. Something to that effect. Immediately, the counterattack by Democrats and the blasphemy by Democrats attacking Republicans. Not knowing all these young kids, man, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. I would like to sit down with all these young kids without their attitude being liberal, without, their attitude. What is their liberal attitude? Yelling, screaming, without that. And they're now pushing the immigration agenda. Now, the question that I have asked, have you guys all you Democrat Hispanics, that you guys are defending countries that they're migrating from Central America, South America, Europe, and Africa? Do you know how many poor people we have in Mexico? Do you know what is the process to migrate to the United States of America? Do you know that that is not the solution to push an open border agenda in this globalist complex of immigration by the United Nations, that they were made to destabilize economies around the world? Do you know that? Do you know that in terms of violence and delinquents, and if you're talking about the triangle of Central America, to all these Democrat Hispanics, if you are talking about the number of violence and delinquents in terms of the triangle of Central America, that is Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala, on what number or what position in the world they are? Do you know? No, you don't. This is the situation. And ultimately, the last thing, do you know what is going to be the solution? Good luck talking to these kids. I know they're like this. They live in a box. Do you know what is the solution? Now, the Democrats are pushing this agenda now to make Donald Trump look as a racist, as a fascist, as a narcissist, and they've been pushing this agenda. But now with this commercial, now with promotions coming up, and now with everybody saying, oh, Donald Trump wants to get the Hispanic vote, but we're not seeing what Democrats are doing and what Joe Biden is doing to promote the Islamic vote, and also the Hispanic vote. We don't understand, number one. Hispanics need to understand that in a country, we're not being a priority. Mexicans are not being a priority. They are not being a priority, Mexicans. When these caravans came, we were second-class citizens. AMLO, the president of Mexico, gave $150 million to Central America to support them in their economy, creating jobs also, and creating a better infrastructure of homes, and also pushing their economy so they will have a better gross domestic product. One, supposedly we, and the ideology and the signification of the semantic of the word this, priority, we were supposed to be a priority again in the administration of AMLO, because he was going to fight the poverty and he was going to fight the corruption in our country, which he has not. Now, let's just say Where is Mexico in terms of violence and delinquents? Mexico, as I have said thousands of times, has 4 cities on the top 5 on the world for violence and delinquents, 5 in the top 10 and 15 on the top 50. Guatemala is on number 26 in the world. Honduras on number 24 in the world. And El Salvador is on number 17 in the world on terms of violence and delinquents. Where is the priority of attending necessities of the world? The Globalist Compact of Immigration was made to help migrants to migrate to another country and to give them education in the comfort of education, also a better life, also better jobs, and all of this stuff. Has the Globalist Compact of Immigration worked like the United Nations want to? Not has worked. It is a deficient program, and it is a corrupt program which they are now using migrants to their own profit, non-profit organizations, liberals and Democrats, that they're coming to smuggle human beings in through the other side of the border, traffic children. There's enormous trafficking of children. More than 34,000 kids have been trafficked in the caravans. There's enormous fake marriages and fake families. There are a lot of non-profit organizations that they're utilizing migrants to get money. And they're creating all of these programs to cheat on loopholes to cross to the United States of America. That is second. So, this Globalist Compact, has it helped migrants? No. No, it hasn't helped no migrants. How do you think that it's going to help migrants, this Globalist Compact, when you are seeing migrants from Africa migrating through 9 countries? Not only that, migrants from Central and South America migrating to 5 countries. Walking. So this Globalist Compact of Immigration has made people suffer, has promoted child trafficking and human smuggling, sex trafficking also, organ trafficking, gun trafficking, drug trafficking. Yes, a lot of people are suffering, and a lot of people are carrying, they're suffering through the caravan. There's a lot of good people, but a lot of people are bad. And this is what is happening, that they're Democrats and these young kids, they don't know about this. They think that everybody is suffering and everybody deserves a second chance. Yes, they deserve a second chance, but do it legally. And we have our purpose all messed up, because by pushing an open border agenda, it's not going to help. Not going to help. I will tell you why. In an interview that it was done to the President Donald Trump, second topic, that it has to do a lot with the first one. In an interview that it was done to the President Donald Trump, and they were asking, what do you think about Joe Biden and the immigration issue? He said he's an anti-constituent. He's violating our Constitution. Not only that, he's promoting open borders. And he has become a radical leftist. Now, what is an open border? For everybody to know. Open borders is no legal documentation. Everybody can travel freely to whatever country in the world without showing documentation, without no security, without no United States Customs, without no Border Patrol, without no ICE, without no law, without no order. That is open borders. That is what happened in Mexico and Tapachula. Look what happened, the problem that we had. Enormous increase of violence in the border city of Tapachula that connects to Guatemala. Man, out of every 10 crimes that they were committed in the city of Tapachula, 8 of them were people from Central America. They were raping our women. They were taking advantage of our authorities, and all of that stuff that it was happening. These people from Democrats, they don't know what is happening in our country of Mexico. And they're pushing for this open border and immigration agenda. They're pushing for this open border and immigration agenda without knowing the Hispanic Americans, without knowing how it's hurting their Mexican heritage. That is us. Without knowing how our country is suffering for poverty, and it's hurting us. And ultimately, we talked about how Donald Trump was interviewed in this really interesting talk. They asked him about this, and he's saying Joe Biden is a leftist. He's a radical leftist now, and he's pushing for open borders. He's violating our Constitution. Now, these globalist compacts of immigration that they were made by the United Nations, they are for open borders around the world. Look what happened to Spain. Look what happened to France. Look what happened to Germany. Look what happened to whole Europe that signed this globalist compact of immigration. And there were 154 countries that were brainwashed by the United Nations to sign this globalist compact of immigration. The United States didn't sign it. So all the United States, because the United States did not sign it, liberals with organizations like the ACLU, lawyers from the ACLU, and also leftist organizations and nonprofit organizations that they're fighting for, poverty, and they're fighting for justice so everybody get, the opportunity. But in the administration of Obama, I did not see the ACLU. I did not see the Commission International of Human Rights. I did not see the United Nations in our country. Why? Now in the administration of Trump, and when this globalist agenda of 2030, why are you seeing all these globalist people in our country? One of the things that happened that push this globalist agenda and this globalist compacts to start is one of the things that promoted Donald Trump and his administration, that is the wall. The wall, whether you like it or not. I'm a Mexican citizen that lives on the border of Tijuana, Baja California, and I have received attacks horribly by Hispanics in the United States of America, and I don't give an F. Really, whatever you say, you don't live over here. You don't know what the hell is going on. The child trafficking, the human smuggling, the drug trafficking in our city and in border cities has decreased a lot. And the percentage that they're managing in terms of child trafficking, that is the one that concerns me the most. Terms of child trafficking, that it has, how and much has decreased. In terms of child trafficking, we're talking about a 70 to 75%. It is a fact. That number was given by the Department of Homeland Security in terms of drug trafficking through parts of mountains and in rivers. That now there is a wall. Now there is a protection, has decreased in 85 to 90%. It is a fact. The wall has worked. It is not a sign of division, a sign of hate. To all these Democrat Hispanics that they're pushing to not have a wall, to not have no protection at all, to not have to have an open border agenda. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't live in Mexico. You don't see the cartel activity and how Tijuana is the #1 city in the world for violence and delinquents, and you don't want a wall? How Tijuana the other day had 9 homicides and 1 beheading on a few hours like this. How the borders of Tamaulipas, the borders of Ciudad Juárez, borders like Coahuila, like Monterrey, Nuevo León, cities that they're metropolitan cities, important for the world because they export and they import a lot to the United States. We provide a lot to the United States. Cities like Tijuana provide a lot to the United States due to the reason that we help the economy and we boost the economy of the United States by exporting in gigantic companies that they are in Mexico, like Hyundai, like Samsung, like Chevrolet. All the exports and the biggest, the biggest industry, that is the automobile industry, that we export to the United States. And also the United States imports a lot to our country. But we boost the economy of the United States. That is why it's the international treaties with Mexico and the United States. We help each other. We boost the economy. We create jobs. All this stuff, you don't talk about it. But the only thing that you talk about is the division of race, the Democrats. The division of race, that is why they're boosting and they're promoting the immigration factor. But you don't talk about how the enormous child trafficking that it has occurred. The enormous human smuggling that it has occurred. The enormous drug trafficking that it has occurred with these caravans. that they're not going to stop because Mexico is still on this socialist and communist agenda and globalist agenda with the United Nations to push globalist compacts of immigration. How we're not talking, all these organizations that they were not here before Trump, ACLU, nonprofit organizations, the Commission International of Human Rights, and also the United Nations, they were not here before helping our Mexican people, helping the Mexican poor people, helping the poor people, helping the Mexican migrants. They were not here. And now the Marxist organization like Black Lives Matter, they were not here. In the border of San Diego, helping Hispanics. They have never helped Hispanics. All these leftist organizations and the Obama administration, they never said anything about the enormous trafficking of children that it was occurring in the Obama administration. The only defense that they have, this leftist, Democrats, is, oh my God, they're going to take Obamacare. Oh my God, Donald Trump is trying to get them a pathway to citizenship. The hell, the pathway? He's trying to take it out. So he's not going to comply. He's not going out. He's not trustworthy. That's what they're saying. But you don't understand how this immigration factor and all these immigration globalist compacts, how it is affecting our country of Mexico. You don't understand how it is affecting our lives, how it is affecting the Mexican citizens. You don't understand. You don't know how all these caravans have destroyed our cities. But you are pushing for the immigration factor that is full of race. The wall is bad. The wall is horrible. The wall is full of division. The wall is bad. The wall is full of division. The wall is the worst. I have seen it. I have reported. I have gone to 3 times to Central America, to Guatemala, 3 times. I have seen the enormous trafficking of children, the enormous trafficking of drugs, trafficking of gasoline, trafficking of goods, trafficking of people. Off and on, every day, off and on. And the Democrat agenda pushing for the immigration factor, pushing for this to continue, pushing every day. And it is amazing how in this interview that it was done to Donald Trump, he talks about how Joe Biden has converted himself, how Joe Biden has converted itself to a leftist, radical Marxist agenda. And how, the number 3 country in the world with worst problems right now in terms of the COVID is Mexico. Number 3. Number 1 is the United States. Number 3 is Mexico. According to stats that they are just, giving. They're not studied. Stats that they're not studied. Why I mean studied? Because that question was asked to the president. And this is the thing that I've been saying for the past 2 weeks and 3 weeks. I've been saying this. There's a number that it was given by John Hopkins. 50 million tests, more than 50 million tests that were done to COVID in the United States of America. More than 4 million infected. But there's a graphic that they're missing. And they have not put this graphic out there. Which graphic is this? Real simple. Where is the graphic of people that they are only asymptomatic? That they only have symptoms? Where is it? There's no graphic. A person that has symptoms is not supposed to be categorized as a person that has infection of COVID. It is a person that it can give somebody else the COVID infection, but not a person that has COVID. So there's no graphic on people that they are asymptomatic. So what they're doing is they're pushing that number of people that they have symptoms into the category of COVID. So if you have a symptom, you got COVID. If your eyes are burning, you got COVID. And your head is burning, you got COVID. So all of that, all of those statistics, that is why they're saying numbers that they're pushing right now, they're fishy. but they're not studied. They're not studied. So, going back to the interview that it was done to Donald Trump, he was asked the wall, and he's saying, oh yeah, the wall is more than 500 miles now. It's almost, almost built. It's almost done. It's almost created, and it has protected and helped. Now, to all these Democrat, leftist, Latinos, and Hispanics, have you seen what CGNG, a cartel that is violent and delinquent in our country? Have you seen the enormous convoy, a video that went viral by Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación, a cartel? Have you seen what has been happening in Guanajuato? And now, thank God that they arrested El Marro. Have you seen what has been going on in the organizations of the FARC of Colombia? How they're fighting Venezuela to territory to traffic the metric tons of cocaine through the border of Guatemala, ultimately catching them in Mexico to traffic them to the United States of America? Have you seen the problematic that is occurring between Venezuela, Colombia, and Mexico with the distribution of cocaine and also Bolivia? We don't study. We don't read. This is the problem with Hispanics and Latinos in the United States of America. Cabrón, hay que leer. Let's read, paisanos. Let's read, Hispanics. Let's understand what is going on. Let's not fall into this idea that the Democrats and the leftists wants us to fall. That is, feel oppressed. That is, feel like a victim. That we cannot do it because of the white man. Wake up. Our country is dying in Mexico because of the enormous corruption and the enormous taking of the cartels. The enormous corruption and taking of cartels in our country. The enormous socialism that AMLO, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, is pushing. Andrés Manuel López Obrador, our president, -1 gross domestic product. Economical increase, -1 in his first administration. More than 58,000 murders, making him the most violent and insecure president in history. More than 5,800 murders of women, making him the most violent president towards women and cranking Mexico to second place in Latin America for violence of women. Really close now to Brazil. And all of these problems that they're happening in Mexico and in our borders, which that Yuma has my God, Arizona has a horrible problem with trafficking of children. Texas has a horrible problem with trafficking of foreign people coming from Arab countries. Tamaulipas, Coahuila, and Monterrey has an enormous problem with people coming from Africa. The state of Baja California, we have an enormous problem with child trafficking, human smuggling, and lawyers and activists and liberals coming from the United States to have a nonprofit organization to push and instigate and motivate migrants to cross illegally or cheating on a loophole. We have a problem in our borders. Stop promoting the hate of immigration because it's not happening. You guys don't live over there. Please ask yourself, what is going on this other side of the border? Donald Trump that said that all Mexican people were rapists and they're... No. Si te queda el saco, póntelo. He was not talking about all people. Because I'm a Mexican. And there's a lot of Mexicans that live in the United States that they're proud. They work hard. And they're really good people. I have seen it. A lot of Mexicans that they're proud to be Mexican, and a lot of Hispanics that they have their Mexican heritage and they love the United States of America. You that you're criticizing this man that is feeding your family, that is feeding your home, that is giving you the opportunity to have a better life, that you're living out of capitalist United States of America to pay your capitalist car and your capitalist life. Right? And you're fighting the leftists and the socialists. For God's sake, Hispanos, Latinos, whites, blacks, wake up. Socialism has never worked. Communism has never worked. Look at Venezuela. Look at Cuba. Look at Nicaragua. Look at China, for God's sake. Look what they're doing to the world. Look what they're doing to the world. For God's sake, how many examples do we need to understand? How many examples that they need to be put in our faces? How many examples? How many? Venezuela was one of the most richest countries in the world, and now is one of the most poorest countries in the world. Their people are dying because they don't have food, electricity, water, nothing. Babies are dying. To all the leftists that are coming into my feed, I want to thank you. I want to thank you to coming into my feed and criticizing and using your really profane and really tacky language. Thank you for showing your category as human beings. Thank you for showing your lack of education. And thank you for showing me how you can respond to facts and numbers. Because if we sit down and talk about facts and numbers, you give me the F word and you start yelling. That's the only thing that you know how to do. That's the only thing. So this is the problem, people. This is the problem. Stop feeding yourself out of CNN, MSNBC, Telemundo, Univision, all these leftists, mainstream medias. The President of the United States of America said Mexico has a humongous insecurity and COVID problem. Also the United States. But he's talking about his protection to his country. He's trying to fix his problem, but he's talking about the protection of his country. And if it is a reality, does it hurt? Yeah, it hurts, because the truth hurts. So yes, we have a problem with COVID. The president of our country has been the most disrespectful, unprepared president to fight the COVID situation. He said to us, we have enough hospitals, enough nurses. We are really prepared for this. Oh no, yes, we are extremely prepared. Extremely prepared for this. And it's the worst scenario that we have had of a pandemic in history. Our economical increase is down. How in the hell? This is amazing. 34% of the GDP in the United States has gone down. And 3.2% of the economical increase in China has gone up. How's that possible? Where the virus was created, where the virus was stayed, where the virus was implemented, their economy is stabilized. But in the United States of America, it has gone down to 34% of the GDP, on the gross domestic product. And in a lot of countries like Germany has gone down 10.1%. And in Mexico, minus 1%. And all the capitalist countries has affected the economy, because this virus is exceptionally made to the economical collapse for the new currency to come in, the new world order, the new agenda, the 2030. But you see China with a 3.2%. Amazing. We need to wake up as, Hispanics and Latinos and all the people that they are, brainwashed by the Democrat and the socialist agenda. Socialism has never worked. I invite you to live over here in Tijuana with me for just 2 weeks. Come over here and live out of the salary that, weekly salary that they pay over here. And I will put you in a really nice neighborhood, so you can say, I want to go back to capitalist America. I invite you to come over here. In another news, Mike Pompeo, that's my guy. Mike Pompeo, and they're saying this president has never relied so much on his administration. So much. And Mike Pompeo and William Barr have been the two people that he relies the most. He was getting attacked so much that, Donald Trump said, I need help. And he started giving them responsibilities. As, I pretty much give you all the responsibility, Mike Pompeo, on fighting particularly, the socialists and the Communist Party of China. William Barr, I give you the responsibility on fighting Nicolas Maduro and their socialist agenda in Venezuela. Please take care of that situation. I need to save my country. Right? So Mike Pompeo right now, man, I love that guy. He's promoting right now in other countries. But he's promoting right now, look at this, hear this out. He's promoting in Mexico. He's promoting in Mexico to not, and also in other countries in the world. He's promoting the number one thing, that is stop getting Chinese technology. He was the one that pushed for TikTok to get the hell out of here. But he's promoting telecom now, for telecom to not be bought and for not to enter, into capitalist countries. Telecom is one of them. He's trying to eliminate that and the technology, the Chinese technology, to enter to capitalist countries or to whatever country. To not let the technology of China enter to the world. He has done an excellent and magnificent job on that. My God, he has done a magnificent job on that. And let me tell you why. He has blocked the entrance of this company named by Huawei to a lot of countries. Taiwan, Japan, Hong Kong, where is a colony, UK, the European Union, Australia, New Zealand. All those countries, they are denying they are denying the entrance of Huawei. Why Huawei? And Mike Pompeo was pushing this because Huawei is the company that is being used by China and the Chinese Sea to do military, also to do nuclear testing. China is doing nuclear testing in the Chinese Sea, but also they're doing 5G testing with Huawei company. Huawei is a Chinese product that is going to be exported and is going to be imported to other countries with Chinese apps by Chinese, telecom technology companies. And Mike Pompeo has blocked that because they know that all these apps are espionage by the military intelligence of the Chinese Communist Party. That's what happened with TikTok. And now Mike Pompeo has been pushing the telecom. It's eliminated from all these countries. And all of these countries are listening. But look at the most important topic that I'm about to touch. This guy's so good. I like this guy. This guy's going to be a president one day. One day he's going to be a president. Mike Pompeo. And this is amazing. Look, Mike Pompeo has said in the next international convention of the United Nations, I want to talk. Why you want to talk, Mike? What do you want to say to the United Nations, Mike? Mr. Pompeo said, I want to say to the United Nations that I want Russia, the one that said one day after the United States found the vaccine, Russia came out and said, we got the vaccine now. How in the hell you got the vaccine that it takes a year to make a vaccine? No, you had it all along. Communist Russia. Now Mike Pompeo wants to talk in the United Nations to say to communists, to say to all the communists and to all the globalists, I want Russia to stop feeding Iran with guns. Ándale, cabrón. So he knows that a lot of what is going on, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, has been speaking to the United Nations since 2014. Iran, Iraq, and a section of Syria, a Shia section of Syria, have been feeding Hezbollah in Lebanon. Please do something. There's the map. There's the location. Nobody did anything. In 2018, Benjamin Netanyahu The Prime Minister of Israel, show a map again. Iran, Iraq, and Syria, a section of Syria. They are, feeding Hezbollah. Please stop it. Nobody put it attention. And an explosion happened yesterday. Real fishy. Over there. And the most amazing thing now is Mike Pompeo saying, I want to talk to the United Nations. I want to face all these globalists. I want to tell them, stop Russia from feeding guns to Iran. Where Iran is giving the guns to? Hezbollah. Russia, the country that has made a satellite. This is the problem that William Barr is fighting. Russia that made a satellite that is going to reinvent the internet and control the other satellites from preventing them to interfere with their technology. Russia that just came out with a vaccine called Abifadir, and they're going to give 150,000 samples to 9 countries of Central America, and everybody's gonna be like, yes, Russia, I love you, and then Russia's gonna go in little by little to take over, because the New World Order is gonna be ruled by regions. Russia, that is the greatest ally of China, right? And Russia that has been feeding Venezuela with guns since 2005, 7, 8, 9, 10, until now. Wow, Russia, you're doing a great job. You're lying to us, but nobody knows. Thank God for Mike Pompeo. Thank God for these two guys, man. And I'm returning back to a subject and a topic that happened on the day that they were attacking William Barr. William Barr was attacked by Nadler and Veronica Escobar, and this claiming my time. You're claiming my time. You're claiming my time. Oh my God, you're claiming my time. You're claiming my time. Democrats and liberals, oh my God, you're just claiming my time right now. You are in my space. You are in my sensitivity. You are oppressing me. You're harassing me. You're claiming my time. Can I speak something, dude? Can I tell you something? Yes, after you claim my time, and after I claim my time, and I step all over your human right, and I step all over your freedom of speech, I will claim your time. That's what happened. So, William Barr was attacked that day. And I remember the face of William Barr like I got so many things to do, man. And I'm sitting down listening to this pair of idiots, And he was like this, like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm sitting down right here. And I have to fight the socialists, and I have to fight the communists, and I have China right now on my back, and I got all these things that they're occurring in the world, and I got to save it. My God. And the most amazing thing about this is that we have two guys. Re-election time for you guys. We got 4 months. You guys got 4 months to go. 4 months. They're going to try to push ultimately more peaks of COVID in August and November so they can get the mail-in ballots. Also, they're going to try to push more racial division. So not only you need to re-elect the President of the United States of America, that is Donald Trump, but re-elect the President of the United States of America because of those two guys also. Let's give them credit, man. Let's give credit to Mike Pompeo and William Barr. Amazing people. Amazing people. That they are saving not only the United States of America, but the world from these communist and socialist people. I will tell you something to all your liberals, and they get into your sensitivity. I have seen your activists over here, the Antifa punks, these Antifa punks, kids, that they come over here and they try to divide and instigate and motivate in their radical anarchy. I have seen you guys. I have confronted you guys face to face. I want to tell you guys, you're not going to win. You're not. And whatever you're doing to me, I'm not going to stop. You're not exposing. You're not, I don't even care what you're doing. Really, I don't care of your exposure. I don't care of your attacks. I don't care. I'm happy. Our page is growing enormously. I'm almost at 40,000 followers. God bless every single one of you. My God. God bless you. I'm able to cross to the United States, go back and forth and work as essential press. My God, God bless. And you guys keep attacking and keep coming. And that is a motivation for me, as an energy to keep going. Every day I wake up and I'm like, man, I want to kick some liberal butt. Every day I wake up like that. There was a comment the other day before I go of a Hispanic lady that said this. She said, because I was making fun of how people look with a mask and also with the plastic inside of a car. And she says, you're talking to liberals. It was a liberal that got into it got into her feelings. And she said, I hope that when you get COVID, you record yourselves so we can laugh at you when you suffer. Wow. 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 So I just saw that comment and I was like, man, that is the way they dialogue. That is the way they want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to you. They attack. They yell. They don't dialogue. They scream. What you need to do is to make them irrelevant. Make them like nobody, nadie los pela, son unos corrientes. Make them look like they are nobody. And keep going and going and going. And to the ones that they want to listen, hold their hand and say, bro, brother, this is what is happening. Please watch and see. And let me see if I can change your mind. And let me see if I can help you to understand the real situation that the world is going through right now. The ones that they're really ignorant, they don't want to talk, and they don't want to listen. Don't waste your time. Help your community. Help the society. Believe in God, ultimately, the number one thing. Rely on God, ultimately, the number one thing. Rely on your family values, the number one thing. Believe and love your mother and your father. Help your children to have a better future. Educate them at home with the family values. Read them history about your country. Teach them the love of your flag and the love of your Constitution. And obey law and order. Teach them all of this stuff. And you will beat all the socialist and demonic people. Remember that the number one key to defeat all of these people is education. If you read a little bit and you learn one thing, and you and you listen to all people, humble people, everybody in the world has knowledge. And you feed yourself. Education is the thing that these socialist globalists, they don't want us to have. That is our key to beat these animals. And unity. Unity. As not like one person said, it's not the color of the skin, it's the content of its character. Unity. God bless every single one of you. Have a great and phenomenal morning. You guys stay safe. Follow my page as Oscar Blue and Facebook. And also subscribe to my channel in YouTube as Oscar Blue, as I'm an independent reporter and broadcaster, binational, bilingual, well, trilingual, broadcaster. Also follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, at his Facebook page and his YouTube page. Subscribe to his channel. Also, Border Network News, you can follow also our page. And also subscribe to America's Voice News and Ben Berquan with Frontline America, our colleague, Ben Berquan. America's Voice News, the voice of the people. You can download the app at americasvoice.com and also at Amazon and Roku. God bless every single one of you. Stay safe. Love yourself. Let's get up. Motivation, motivation, motivation. Let's beat all these leftists, all this demonic left. Stay positive, believe in God, pray every day, make them irrelevant, and keep going and keep going and keep going. This is a motivation for every single one of you. Stay safe and always remember, peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first. Viva Mexico, and God bless the United States of America.